What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Getting into this episode of GH. So, I have deduced that the FBI is just as incompetent as the PCPD. So, FBI agent, what is his name? Caldwell, has took it upon himself to arrest Sam. Based off of no evidence, no proof, just the word of a criminal. Really now. That passes for evidence. So a criminal who's being arrested and wants to make a deal, they can sit there and tell you that somebody hired them to break somebody out of prison so they can kill that person. They don't have no physical proof, no evidence whatsoever to back up that claim. And that's in the word of a criminal is enough for you to lock somebody up without any facts. I would expect that from somebody like Jordan, but the FBI? Really? At least when Jordan arrested Sam, she had a voice recorder. She had a taped conversation with Sam saying she wanted Shiloh dead. Even though that's not enough evidence either, but still it was something. At least she had that. This guy has the word of a criminal. And that's all you go off. Really? No bank statements, no paper trail that shows that Sam withdrew any money, no paper trail that shows that he deposited any money. No nothing. You have no paperwork to back up what this man is saying. Okay. Please somebody call Diane and have her shut this down very quickly, because it shouldn't take much. And then he talking about she gonna be remanded to Pentonville with no bail. Get the hell out of here. No bail? Are you saying what evidence? If Diane cannot get this simple mess thrown out, this is so simple. So simple. Soon as they go to an arraignment, all you gotta do is bring this up to a judge, and that should be more than enough to get her some bail. Hell, to get the charges dropped, period. Because there's no evidence that even supports these charges. Are you serious? I can't stand TV police. I can't stand TV police. TV police make the real police just look saintly. I'm like, are you serious? This is what y'all pass as police work on these shows? Just corruption all over the damn place. I'm like, are you serious? I don't care what Jason's thought process was, but if I was Jason, I would have knocked that FBI agent the hell out. Even if that is an assault charge on an FBI agent, I don't care. I'm willing to risk it. I'm willing to risk it all. You ain't gonna put my boo in handcuffs on some BS charges and think I'm gonna be okay with that. Like, no, sir. No, sir, at all. No evidence. I say, you got to be kidding me. And not only that, but Sam, I mean, that's just the tip of the iceberg for her. Now, Sonny come telling her that Robert told him that the WSB is basically declaring Drew dead. I said, well, damn. This how y'all gonna put... I already know Drew ain't dead. We all know that. Drew is not dead. I don't care what they say. We ain't see no body. I don't believe it. We all know Drew is going to come back in the future. Either Billy Miller is going to come back or they're going to recast. Either way, he's coming back. We know that. He's not dead forever. But I feel bad for Scout, because she's at that age where she's not really going to remember her dad like that. I feel bad for Jake and Danny, too, because even though that's not their father, they were close with him for a while, too. So I feel bad for them. That sucks. So anyway, Kim. Delusions of grandeur still exist. Kim is so ridiculous. So ridiculous. For me, honestly, and I'm being totally honest, I actually like the confrontations between Kim and Elizabeth. I do. It creates good drama. I like it. I will say this. Elizabeth definitely hit below the belt when she brought up Oscar. And the fact that Kim tried to control Oscar's decision to have, you know, to emancipate himself and all that stuff. You know, she brought it up to validate her point of why she's having Franco committed against his will. But it's not really the same thing. They're different circumstances, but I understood where Elizabeth was coming from. But at the same time, for me, I felt like it was below the belt to bring up her deceased son. But I do respect the fact that Elizabeth straight up told Kim she still feels sympathy for her because of what happened to Oscar, but it's not going to stop her from battling Kim to get Franco back. That I respect, because she basically laid down the gauntlet and let her know, I still have sympathy for you on some level. I still somewhat care about how you feel, but at the same time, I'm going for the jugular if I got to battle you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that. I like that. I like it. You know? But I still kind of can't feel sorry for Liz. And the reason I say that, I somewhat feel bad for her situation, mainly because of her kids. But I don't feel bad for Liz herself for going through what she's going through right now. And the reason being is simply because for years, I've sat back and I've watched Elizabeth Imogene Weber, do some heinous shit to keep a man in her life. Like, I've watched her manipulate, scheme, lie, plot, do what she got to do to keep a man in her life. So for that reason, I do not have that much sympathy for her. I have sympathy for her because of her kids, because they were close to Franco. So I have sympathy for that. But her herself as a person? No. Hell no. Hell no. After all the stuff she done pulled, I still can't get over the fact that knowing what she knew about Laura and how that affected Lulu and Lucky, for her to pretend to have a nervous breakdown and mental issues to keep him, that to me was low. That was as low as you can go, knowing what he'd been through with his mother, knowing her mental faculties and what happened to her. She was a vegetable at one point. And for you to pretend to be one and put on this charade to keep him, that, to me, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. It took a long time for me to even be decent about the Elizabeth character. Like, seriously. It took me a long time, years to even, and that happened back in 2011. That was 8 years ago. So you see how long it took me to even say something nice about Elizabeth after that. I mean, that right there, out of all the schemes that she concocted over the years, that was the lowest of the low. Probably not even the lowest of the low, but it was low. The other lowest point was her knowing that Danny was alive, and she made Jason and Sam continue to think that that boy was dead. That was even low. That was even lower than what she did to Lucky. That right there pissed me off. I wanted Sam to whoop her ass when that came out. I wanted her to beat her down. Like, seriously, I wanted Sam to give her an old-fashioned Joe Jackson ass whooping. That's what I wanted Sam to do back then. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just low. Like, to let somebody think their child is dead. Like, how crazy can you be for all of that for a man? To keep a man, or to get one that don't really want you. Damn. How sad can you be? She should be in Neil's office right now. I'm just saying. And I don't think she ever went to therapy for that. And that's a sad shame. But anyway, I digress. The past is the past, I suppose. I guess you can say that. Julian, at first, I was wondering why he went to go confront Franco. But you know what? I had a lot of respect for Julian when he went to go see Franco. Because he wasn't even really mad about the whole Franco and Kim sleeping together. Well, he was initially, but now when he went to go see him, I have more respect for Julian. Because Kim hurt him, you know, in a very bad way. Like, he was ready to risk it all for Kim. Like, he was ready to sell the business. He was ready to give up life with his children, his grandkids, like seeing them full time. He was giving all of that up to go to Manhattan to be with her. His whole life that he's pulled up from rubble, his sister, everything. He was giving up everything to go be with this woman. She cheated on him, dumped him basically. You know, then when things didn't work out with Franco, she wanted to come back to Julian. Julian was like, no. He let her go. But you know what? Even though he's upset with her and he don't want nothing to do with her romantically, I respect the fact that he went to go see Franco to try to talk him, the flash drive Drew, into letting Kim go. Stop getting her hopes up. Stop, filling her head up with the past and thinking that y'all could be what y'all were and seeing as how you're not really Drew. And, he was kind of looking out for Kim in a way, for her mental capacity, for her mental sanity. He was trying to look out for her. And I respect that, because when you've been cheated on and played for a fool by somebody that you really cared about, there's no way in hell you would sometimes even come to their defense, and even still try to look out for them on that level. So I have to give props to Julian for that, because not many men, I'm not going to say most men wouldn't do it, but not many probably would. I can say that. Not many probably would. They'd throw their hands up, but like, you know what? Have a good life, figure your stuff out. I'm going to be over here, you be over there and do your thing. He still cares enough about this woman to try to still help her in some capacity without her even knowing it. I respect that. I respect that, because he didn't have to do that. Obviously he still care about her. He's still trying to look out for her, even though he's, at this point, it looks like he's done with her on a romantic level. But, he's still, keeping a watchful eye out, for her sanity, because he witnessed firsthand what she went through when Oscar passed. Not only did she have to deal with Oscar's death, now she got to deal with the real Drew being gone. You know what I mean? That's more. That's more on her plate. And he's still looking out for her. So I have to respect it. I really do. It's just right now the court hearing for Franco starts up next week. So we're going to see what the judge thinks and what the judge has to say about all of this. Hopefully the judge makes the right call and, they can figure it out, because I'm ready for this to be over. I'm ready for, Flash Drive Drew to be gone and, Franco to get back to the life that he's wanted, the life that he worked hard to get back to the kids who care about him and he cares about them. I'm just ready for that to go back to the way it was, hopefully. So anyway, Maxie is setting herself up for failure. I can say that. Maxie is setting herself up with this Peter situation. She's sitting here talking about you have to see people clearly first. Well, clearly you don't see Peter for who he really is. I understand she wants to see the best in people and see that people can change, because Maxie done some things in her life and, she's changed a lot of her ways and stuff, but not everybody's on that level. Not everybody wants to change. And Peter pretty much shows that. Like, he went to go see Andre and stuff like that. And the whole time he was asking Andre all these questions and stuff like that, Andre knew Peter was pumping him for information. He knew it. He knew that's exactly what Peter was doing. Trying to get whatever information out of him that he could to see where this thing can go with Flash Drive Drew, and see how much he would remember, see if Franco can get his old memories back. Like, he was just fishing for information, and Andre figured that out. But of course, Jason went to go talk to Andre and showed him a picture of the guy that they had in custody. And Andre positively ID'd him as the one that stabbed him. So Jason's stepping up to the plate, because Jason trying to do whatever he can to free Sam. So this new information could actually help a big chunk. It could help, because now they can add that charge on him, attempted murder. You know what I mean? And that can put his credibility. That could put his credibility in jeopardy. In my opinion, this guy has no credibility. He's a criminal. He has no proof of anything that he says about Sam. And now with this attempted murder charge that could be coming at him for stabbing Andre, it's going to put his statements more in jeopardy. But the FBI, they probably still not going to want to hear it. They probably like, no, he's telling the truth about Sam. For some odd reason, this FBI agent Caldwell has a hard on for Sam for whatever reason. Like, he just wants to lock her up. Maybe he knows something about her past or something. Who knows? He just seems like he's hell-bent on locking her up. I have to be honest, though, with the Nina situation. Nina, if she goes back to Valentine, Nina is a bigger fool than I thought. Because my whole thing, and the reason I say that is because Valentine is never going to change, bro. Never. Valentine will never change, not one iota. He will never change. He's always gonna lie. He's always gonna scheme. He's not gonna stop. So in my opinion, Nina is at a point, I feel, that if she takes him back, then she needs to learn how to accept the fact that she's going to be in a relationship with somebody who's never going to be completely honest with her. Valentine would never be honest with her on that level. I don't think he's capable. He's not capable of it. So she's going to have to deal with that. Because if not, if she keeps going back to him, it's going to go into that. It's going to become annoying. Not only, I'm pretty sure for the actors, it's going to be annoying for the fans. Because if she don't accept him for who he is, he's going to keep lying and she's going to keep packing up her bags, leaving. He keeps sweet talking her. She's going to come back. She's going to pack up again after he lies again. It's going to be that revolving door back and forth. And I think even Valentine at one point might get tired of it. You know what I'm saying? Either accept that man for who he is, which is a compulsive liar, or be done for good and walk the hell away. That's the only option here. All that back and forth, back. It's annoying. It's starting to annoy me. Like, be a strong woman and walk the hell away. And don't look back. Period. Because he's not going to change. Valentine, you know, he still doesn't see anything wrong with what he did. All he does is sit there and keep blaming Albright. Well, you were talking in a public place and that's what got us caught and da-da-da-da. Valentine, take some ownership. You should have never did it from the beginning. You should have clued Nina in. See, that's the problem. He don't know how to tell the truth. He wouldn't know the truth if it was written on his damn forehead and he looked at it in the mirror. He still wouldn't know the truth. He wouldn't even know how to spell it. Damn fool. So now this fool's sitting here trying to get ready to go back to Greece and stuff for Charlotte, getting their passports together. He's sitting on the phone with the staff, probably on Cassadine Island, talking about get all Helena's stuff out of there and get the house ready for me. First of all, you ain't kicking Helena's stuff out of her house, even though she dead, but you're not throwing all her stuff out. You better stop the blasphemy right there. That's Queen Helena. That's the Ice Queen. You don't throw her property out. I don't know who the hell he think he is. I wish Helena was still alive to deal with him. I wish. I know she would have a dagger to his throat right now. You know, that reminded me of when Ethan Lovett first came to town and Helena saw him. And he tried to go up in Helena's purse and steal from her. And she had that dagger to his throat. And Luke had to save him. Helena was about to slice him. Yeah, but Nina, she needed to let him go. Of course, she showed up to Windermere and stuff like that as Valentine was making preparations to leave. She's such a fool. Like, stop being such a waffler and just make a final decision and be done. Like, anyway. So that was pretty much the whole episode. I ain't going to talk about Sonny and Carly because I really didn't care. All they did was sit around talking about that baby. Donna, if you didn't know the name. Because they mention her name every 5 seconds. So yeah, that was pretty much the episode. Hit the comment section and let me know what y'all thought about this episode. I'll see y'all all later. Peace.